I've been building my own kingdom for everyone to see. It exists to keep me safe from harm, and it's intact to glorify me. Nobody helped me build this up. It was me and me alone. I've appointed myself as the king, and I've given myself the throne. But it turns out I'm no ruler, and I have no control. So I have decided to destroy it all. I'm tearing down the walls, kicking down the doors. Everything inside this kingdom is yours. 'Cause what I've made is worthless, and it cannot stand. Come and breathe some life into my empty, cold, dead hands. Down with the fickle king, away with this fantasy. You are the one I need. Death to the kingdom of me. Death to the kingdom of me. I should probably be frightened. This empire's all I know, but it always does more damage than good. I'm afraid it's gotta go. I know that I can't be trusted, 'cause I'm just a man. And if you hadn't given your life for me, a loser would be all that I am. You know they say just follow your heart. I'm afraid that's a load of trash. Your heart will take you down to deep, dark places where you feel like you'll never come back. So I'm coming out of the dark. This facade is... I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up. Yeah, I woke up feeling like it might be a good day to get it done. That's right. Oh, the stadium is just like my second house. Now I'm two-tone talking, they can't shut my mouth. I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up. Yeah, 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 yeah. I woke up feeling like it was time.
All right. Well, here we are. The 190th edition of the Two-Tone Talk by God Pod. Can you believe it? 190 episodes, and here we are on the bye week. The Titans are mercifully off. We get a week off. Oh, we've earned it. We deserve a week off from the madness that has been the 2025 season. Didn't think it could get worse than 2024. Then 2025 came along, and here we are. It's worse. And now the Titans are off this week. The trade deadline has passed. Draymond Jones was traded. Roger McCreary was traded, but no other moves made. I did videos about that this week that you can go watch. But today, since it is the bye week, since we are getting a reprieve from Tennessee Titans football for the weekend, dare I say it, I'm going to try to hit you with some positivity today. Dare I say, I'm going to try to hit you with some positivity. Because I know it don't feel positive right now. It don't feel good. The Titans are 1-8. They'll be lucky to get to match the record that they had last year, which was 3-14. The Titans are awful. One of the worst teams I've ever seen. One of the worst teams you've ever seen. And it doesn't feel like there's any positivity to be had. But I'm going to try to give you some. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of positivity here today on the Two-Tone Talk by God Pod. Yes, it's bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. This is not me trying to make all of what's going on now look better than it is. I know it's bad. It's awful. Brian Callahan was a bad hire. He assembled a bad staff, on offense at least. His offensive staff is offensive. It's a bad staff. It was a bad scheme. It was a bad hire. It was just a bad hire. Not the first bad hire. We've made a few of them. But I believe Mike Borgonzi was not a bad hire. The current GM for the Tennessee Titans. I did a video about his press conference that he did earlier this week, and some of you were not convinced. That's your prerogative. If you're not convinced based on that press conference that Borgonzi has a clue what he's doing, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. This is America. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But I believe that Mike Borgonzi is a well-respected man in this league. He's been around winning in Kansas City. He's seen it up close. He's been a part of a winning organization. He has seen it up close. And I do think he's the guy for the job. He provided insight into what the structure is in Tennessee, that he is in charge of the roster. There was some questions. How much does Brinker have to do with it? How much does Amy have to do with it? I think Mike Borgonzi was clear this week that he is in charge of the roster. He's in charge of the draft. He's in charge of free agency. That's what he does. Chad Brinker is in charge of cap space and all of the things like, making room for people in terms of the salary. Like that's what he's in charge of. So Mike Borgonzi is leading the way on the draft and the roster, which is what's most important to us, right? And I think he's the right guy for that job. I think he has experience that Rand Carthon did not have. He's got experience that, quite frankly, John Robinson did not have. He has seen the winning up close and has been an active part of it. And so I think that he knows that this roster's not in a good place. He knows, and I think he knew coming into this season, that it wasn't going to be pretty. There was going to be a lot of losing, that there was going to be a lot of disappointment for the fans. And maybe he thought that the team would look better and at least improved from last season. Maybe he hoped that Brian Callahan would prove to be an NFL caliber head coach, but he didn't. And I think that I found Mike Borgonzi's press conference this week to be very realistic and honest. Honest about Jeffrey Simmons. Telling the truth about the Jarvis Brownlee Jr. trade, the Roger McCreary trade. Telling the truth about his belief about Cam Ward and where he's at right now. I thought it was all honest and genuine. Where this team is. He said we have to gain the trust of the fans back. We've let the fans down. We've got to gain that trust back. And so for this season that we're currently in, I don't have much positivity to give you. I certainly hope that in the second half of the season, Cam performs better, win or lose. I certainly hope that the rookies perform better. But where the positives come in, first of all, is that rookie class. Not just Cam, but those fourth rounders. Io Manor, Chimere Dike has been great. Gunnar Helm. These guys show great promise. Hopefully when Femi Oladejo comes back from IR, he can do the same. We've seen Kevin Winston starting to get involved. Marcus Harris getting some work. If those guys can play well in the second half of the season, win or lose, man, you got a building block of a draft class right there. That's good. It's okay to say that. There's some of you in the comments that think it constantly has to be doom and gloom, and I get why. It's bad right now. But it's okay to look at this draft class and say, hey, that actually ain't a bad draft class. It's pretty good. It's okay to say that. Peter Skoronski's a good player. Cedric Gray's doing some good things. Hopefully J.C. Latham will start coming along. Tavondre Sweat's done some good things. There's some promising pieces here. They're just not well coached. They haven't been well coached. There's no culture. But there are some good pieces on this team that you can build around. Mike Borgonzi talked a lot about building blocks, talked about foundational pieces that you can help build your team around. Some of those are there. I know the losing sucks and it's awful, but some of those, I call them Borgonzi's building blocks, they're there. They are there. And so if you can look forward and say, okay, if we can hire the right head coach, this is a huge head coaching hire that's going to probably happen in January or early February. It's huge. You got to hire the right guy. You have to. And I actually trust Mike Borgonzi to lead the way on that search. I know Brinker will be involved and Amy will be involved, but they need to let Mike Borgonzi lead the way on this head coaching search, because I think he can get the guy we need. He said we need a leader. I don't care if it's an offensive coach or a defensive coach. We need a leader, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, we had one in Vrabel. I know. We thought we wanted the next McVay, the next Shanahan, the next brilliant offensive mind to be the head coach. They thought Callahan was it, and he wasn't. But okay, now we need a culture guy. Now we need somebody, whether it's an offensive guy or a defensive guy, to come in and create a culture that people can buy into and be the right coach for Cam Ward and these young guys. And I trust Mike Borgonzi to spearhead that and find that guy. I believe that he can. I made a lot of you guys mad the other day. I made a lot of you guys mad because I said every team is one good offseason away from being competitive. And some of you guys got personally offended by that. Why would you not want that to be true? Like, do you want the Titans to be bad for a decade? Do you want what Eddie George said to be true? That the Titans are going to be bad for a decade? Like, do you want that? Do you really want that? Because some of you sound like you want that. And you get personally offended when I try to tell you, listen, if the Titans hire the right coach, if they get another good draft class, if they spend their money wisely, this could turn around quicker than you think. Some of you get personally offended. Listen, I'm not telling you the Titans are going to be Super Bowl contenders next year or even playoff contenders, but I'm just saying they can be competitive. They can be significantly better than what they are right now next season if they just hire the right guy, pick some good players in the draft, spend their cap money, which they have a lot of, wisely. It can turn around quick. The roster can turn around quick. The culture can turn around quick. I've already said you've got some building blocks there. This rookie class looks promising. Certain other players, Skoronski, Gray, Sweat, look good. And I know, like, guys, it's been tough to watch, and it is tough to watch. But I'm just telling you, you even have reason to watch these last 8 games. You want to know why? Because regardless of the record, if Cam Ward starts playing well, better than he's been playing so far, if he comes back from this bye and Cam starts feeling a little bit, don't act like you're not going to be optimistic going into this offseason. Don't act like you're not going to go into this offseason saying, you know what? That kid looks pretty good. If he starts playing better, win or lose. And same with all these guys. Io Manor, DK, all of them. If they keep improving with Mike McCoy as the interim head coach, you're going to go into this offseason feeling, you know what? We didn't win a whole lot of games, but I feel like we're headed in the right direction. And I know it's hard to differentiate. It's hard to say we're not winning, but I think we have some good pieces. That's hard. That's hard to say. Because if we had good pieces, wouldn't we be winning? Well, winning's not easy in the NFL. Especially when you have the schedule the Titans have had. I mean, they've dropped a couple to teams that they should have been more competitive with, but the Colts are better than you thought they were going to be. The Patriots are better than you thought they were going to be. The Chargers are really good. These are the teams they're losing to. The Broncos are awesome. They lost to them. Who'd they play in week 2? The Rams. I mean, it's not like the Titans have been going. Yes, they lost to the Raiders. That was a bad one. They lost to the Texans. They should have been more competitive with them. But overall, the Titans have been playing tough teams, and they're not in a position to be competitive with most of these tough teams, even though they were competitive with the Chargers. They lost by 7. I know 1-8. You can't sugarcoat that. You can't make that better than it is. It sucks. 3-14 last year sucked. 1-8 right now at the bye sucks. But I'm just telling you, there are some things that you can look at and say, maybe. Right? There are some things you can look at and say, maybe Mike Borgonzi can fix this. Maybe Mike Borgonzi's been around winning football. He's been a part of the dynasty of our last decade in Kansas City. He's seen it up close. He's been around Andy Reid. He's been around Pat Mahomes. And sometimes the best thing, and you guys are going to say this is copium or whatever, but sometimes the best thing your GM can do is let it burn to the ground. You know? Sometimes the best thing your GM can do is let it burn to the ground. Not try to get 7 wins so that you can be middle of the pack and not have as good of a draft pick. Sometimes the best thing your GM can do is say, let it burn. Let it burn so that we can build something new. That's what you have to do. Think about it, folks. Titans fans, don't you kind of want it to burn to the ground? I mean, what we're seeing these last couple of years, I'd let it burn, okay? Let it die. And let's build something new. Let's build something new. That's what you have to do. But first, you got to let it burn. This roster's not good, and they knew it wasn't good. And yeah, you're sitting there right now, and you're saying, oh, Brad, you're coping. You're coping. You're trying to listen, I'm always going to try and be real with you. And you have seen when I do a video after a game where the Titans look bad and they lose, I'll go nuts, man. I'll get sad. I'll get depressed. I'll run around the room and pitch a fit. People say it's clickbait titles to say Tennessee Titans fan loses his mind over loss to whoever. No, I lose my mind. It makes me lose my mind when I see the Titans looking bad. I take it personal. Ask my wife. I don't just start going nuts when the camera comes on. I'm going nuts already. I just film it now. I know on Monday podcast after a loss, yeah, I'll sit here just like you and be down in the dumps. But sometimes you've got to sit back and go, okay, is there a path for this to get better? Is there a path for this to get better? And I'm talking about this longer than I planned, so I'm sorry. Is there a path for this to get better? And I think there is. Who knows how it'll turn out? I mean, teams try to rebuild all the time, and sometimes things go wrong because of the coach, because of the roster, because of GM or whatever. But do I think there's a path for this to get better? Yeah. I think Mike Borgonzi could very well be a great GM. I think he's got a promising draft class. I think he's got a good mindset. I think Cam Ward, some of you disagree. I don't care. I think Cam Ward, there's a lot there to like. Draymond Jones, who we just traded, said, Cam's a real deal. Give him time. You did tell me you don't want to see Cam Ward with a better roster and better coaching. You don't think he could be better than what you've seen so far? I mean, you could say it's copium all you want, but it's like, think about it logically. You mean to tell me you don't think there's any chance he could be better? You think it's all on him? You don't think a better coach with a better staff and a better scheme and better talent around him could cause him to be better? Of course it could. Of course it could. Now, we'll see. I mean, listen, if you get all of that stuff and he still can't get anything going, okay, fine. I was wrong. But for right now, you picked him first overall just in this past draft. You got to build around him. And I think there's still a lot to like. This draft class, there's a lot to like. There's a path to this getting better. You may not want to hear it, but I don't know why you don't want to hear it. Are you a fan or not? Do you want them to be good or not? I don't know why there's so many Titans fans that get personally offended when you try and say, hey, there's a path to this getting better if they'll just do it. But it all centers, here's the thing, it all centers around who they hire to be the next coach. And I know that's a couple of months away, but they got to hire the right guy. And we'll see. We'll see who they hire. We got plenty of time to talk about it. Let's get through the holidays. Let's get through the season. But that's going to be huge. But I think Mike Borgonzi's got a good head on his shoulders to spearhead that and hire the right guy. Seems like he has a good idea of who we need or what we need. Anyway, 32-1 NFL power rankings. And just to be quite honest with you, I'm having to film this a little early because as you watch this, I am currently driving to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for the family vacation. And so this is pre-recorded, and the Broncos and Raiders are playing right now, and I think the Broncos are going to win, but as I record this right now, they're losing 7-0. So this 32-1 is with the assumption that the Broncos beat the Raiders, and if the Broncos don't beat the Raiders tonight, this might be a little wonky. But here goes nothing. The bottom three is the same as last week. Give me the Titans at 32. Give me the Saints at 31. And give me, last but not least, at number 30, the Miami Dolphins. This is the same bottom three from last week. I think this is the worst three teams in the league. I think the Titans are absolutely the worst. I think the Saints are awful. And the Dolphins look absolutely atrocious. Three worst teams in the league. Once again. Just like last week. Let's get into the 20s with number 29, Jets, Jets. They had the week off, and, they suck. Number 28, Cleveland Browns, disaster. Number 27, the Raiders. Like I said, as I record this, they're winning 7-0. I think the Broncos will win this game, but if the Raiders do somehow win this and you're watching this the next day and you're like, what the heck's wrong with you? Just know I'm filming this while the game's still going on. But I got the Raiders 27. 26, the Giants. Again, I think people want to be excited about the Giants, but now with Scattaboo out, they don't have a lot of talent. People want Jackson Dart to be better than he is. Number 25, the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons, this might be the lowest ranking they've had on this list yet this season. I wonder about Raheem Morris. I wonder if he's... How hot's that seat in Atlanta? Because I don't think he's doing a very good job. I don't think his staff is doing a very good job. They've been kind of disappointing. Number 24, the Bengals lost the game of the year Sunday. I mean, that game against the Bears was sensational. But the Bengals lost. Their defense is atrocious. The Bengals defense is horrible. Number 23, speaking of terrible defenses, the Dallas Cowboys. I am so sad to hear about the player that passed away this morning that just recovered a blocked punt for a touchdown. Absolutely horrible. If you need help, get help. I'm telling you, you're not alone. Get help. But the Cowboys, they're tough to read. They're tough to read. Losing to Arizona, Jacoby Brissett just doing whatever he wants. Number 22, the Arizona Cardinals look considerably better with Jacoby Brissett, but it's one of those things that's like, how far are they going to go with Jacoby Brissett? You just know how this goes. Brissett's all right, Number 21, the Washington Commanders. Disappointing season for them. And what the heck are they thinking, putting Jaden Daniels out there in a 38-7 game, especially having him doing a designed run. I'm watching this play by Bo Nix right here. Whoa, incomplete. What are they thinking, putting Jaden Daniels out there? In that situation. Awful. Hate to see that injury. He's obviously done. And the Commanders just followed up that magical season with just disappointment. Number 20, the Jaguars got a overtime dramatic win over these Raiders that I'm watching right here. I don't know, man. The Jaguars just seem like so mid to me. It's better than us, obviously, but they just seem very mid. Trevor seems very mid. Travis Hunter's on IR. Brian Thomas Jr. is very up and down. I don't know. Number 19, the Texans. They fought against the Broncos the other day, but I mean, they seem mid too. Again, better than us, but they just seem very mid to me. Number 18, the Vikings, another tough team to read, man. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Got a great win over Detroit on Sunday. They're well coached. This is absolutely J.J. McCarthy's best game. Who knows? They're from one week to the next. Who knows? Number 17, the Panthers. I'm glad to see the Panthers getting a big win over Green Bay. Bryce Young's up and down, but I think he's really recovered nicely. Rico Dowdle's tearing it up with Carolina. This was a great win for them. Number 16, the Steelers. Steelers got back on track with a good win over Indianapolis. The Steel Curtain defense was back. We'll see. I mean, everybody's just waiting on Baltimore to catch up with them. We'll see, but the Steelers are number 16. Number 15, the Bears. Dramatic win. Great play from Caleb to Colston Loveland to win that game. And the Bears, after being very disappointing last week, come back and, okay, good win. We'll see if they can build on it. I think Ben Johnson, better days are definitely ahead for Chicago with him. Number 14, the Ravens. Looked great a week ago against the Dolphins on Thursday night. Granted, they were playing the Dolphins. But again, it just feels like everybody's waiting on the Ravens to come back and win that division. And with their schedule, seems very likely that they will, and or at least be a wild card team, because if you're a Titans fan, you kind of need to hope the Ravens make the playoffs, because that Draymond Jones trade, if they make the playoffs and Draymond gets 2 sacks with the remainder of this season, the Titans' 5th round pick becomes a 4th round pick. So keep an eye on that. Number 13, the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are contenders just because of Mahomes, Reed, they've still got all the pieces there, but it's just, can they keep up with some of the, there's some good teams. Can they keep up with them? I don't know. Number 12, the Chargers. The Chargers let the Titans be competitive with them, so that gives me doubts about them. Joe Alt, hated to see him get hurt, so he's going to be out for a while. Justin Herbert's really good though, so I think the Chargers will be fine. Harbaugh's a great coach. He knows how to take a team far. So Chargers at 12. Number 11, the 49ers. Well-coached team, even with Mac Jones for the last little while. They're finding ways to win. They're finding ways to look good doing it. And their defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. Just keep an eye on that guy, Titans fans. Who knows? Number 10. Let's get into the top 10. The Packers. I still think the Packers overall are probably a contender, but man, sure telling that they were even capable of looking that bad against the Panthers on Sunday. I mean, they looked awful. Jordan Love looked awful. And this is the thing with Jordan Love. Sometimes he looks awesome, and sometimes you're just like, what in the heck are you doing? That play where he's rolling out to the left, throws it all the way across the field? What? That's the worst throw I've ever seen. Willie Jeans, Levis wouldn't even done that. Number 9, the Colts. They fall down the list a little bit. Now I know how people felt watching Ryan Tannehill with us. I just can't buy Daniel Jones. I'm sorry, man. I know he's playing better, but it's how people felt about Tannehill when he was with us. I know he's playing well. I know he's playing his best football of his career right now, but am I really supposed to buy this? Apparently Chris Ballard buys it because he's trading for Sauce Gardner. Hold on, it's 4th and 5 for the Raiders. I want the Broncos to win just so my pick won't be stupid. They just sacked Geno Smith, so there you go. Anyway, awesome unis by Denver, by the way. I know this is the next day when you're watching this, but I love the Broncos throwbacks. I just can't buy Daniel Jones, and I can't believe it's a weird time to trade for Sauce Gardner and just declare that you're all in on Daniel Jones and the Colts after the way he played Sunday. Looked an awful lot like New York Giants Daniel Jones, but we'll see. Number 8, give me the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they were off this week. But they're the defending world champions. They know how to win. They've got drama with AJ and people being unhappy, but they find ways to win. And so we'll keep an eye on the Eagles for sure because they're always going to be around. Number 7, the Broncos. That's the thing. They're playing right now. They're losing 7-0. I'm assuming the Broncos are going to win this game, but for right now, I got them at 7. They're on a big win streak. I think they're one of the better teams in the league. Number 6, the Patriots. Patriots are whooping up on bad opponents, but they look good. Drake May looks awesome. Vrabel's got them fired up over there. Patriots have to be up here. They're number 6. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were off. Were they off this week? I think. But, I mean, the Bucs, they're consistently up at the top. I mean, Baker's great. Emeka Egbuka emerging for them. Number 4, the Detroit Lions. They took a loss this week to the Vikings, but the Lions usually recover. I've had them at number 1 for weeks, but I drop them to 4. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills getting a good win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Anytime the Bills can beat the Chiefs, they need to because they need to prove to themselves they can do it. And Josh Allen's back playing good football, so the Bills – they're still contenders. Number 2, the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks look awesome. Sam Darnold looking awesome. That defense looking awesome. And here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, I feel the same way about Sam Darnold that I do about Daniel Jones in Indianapolis. Like, I just can't buy it until I see it in the playoffs. Same way people felt about Tannehill with us. Like, yeah, he's playing great. He looks awesome. He looked awesome with Minnesota last year. And then playoffs got here and he completely melted down. Can you trust him to win the big games in the playoffs? We'll see. But for right now, the Seahawks look awesome. And then at number 1, I just went with the Rams. Went with the safe pick. The Rams look great. Stafford looks awesome. They whooped the Saints. They've been whooping pretty much everybody they play. So the Rams, I've got them number 1 in the power rankings. And there you go. That's 32-1 power rankings. Even though the Titans are off, we're still going to make picks for the games that are happening this weekend. Obviously, there's a game Sunday morning in Berlin. Falcons and the Colts. I mean, it feels like an important game for the Falcons because they're against the ropes right now. They're on the ropes. I think the Colts are going to win. I think the Colts are better than the Falcons. Colts coming off of a loss. I would almost feel better about the Falcons potentially sneaking up on the Colts and getting a win because the Falcons are talented. I mean, that's why I think Raheem Morris and company are on the hot seat because Bijan, you've got Drake London playing well. Michael Penix has done some good things. They got weapons. They just can't win. They don't know how to win. I would almost feel better about the Falcons' chances to sneak up on the Colts if the Colts had beaten the Steelers. But they didn't beat the Steelers. I don't think the Colts will lose to the Steelers and the Falcons. I'm going with the Colts in this one. Hope I'm wrong. Browns-Jets could be a very important game for draft position. I'm going to go with the Jets. It's at the Jets' place. They're coming off of a bye. Their last game was a big win over the Bengals, dramatic win. I think they'll follow it up. I got the Jets winning this one. I'm not a Dylan Gabriel believer at all. It's only a matter of time till Mel Kiper's all-time favorite quarterback, Shador, takes the field. Jags-Texans. Can they both lose? I think Stroud's out, so I'm going to go Jaguars. I don't think Davis Mills is beating the Jaguars. It's in Houston. I think it'll be low scoring because I do think the Texans' defense is very good. But I'm going to go Jaguars just because no C.J. Stroud in this game. If the Jags lose to Davis Mills, that's just flat out unacceptable. I'm keeping up with this Broncos-Raiders game up here. Okay, Bills-Dolphins, got to go Bills. In Miami, I mean, this feels – well, I would say this feels like McDaniel may be done, but they said they're going to ride him. They're going to ride it out with him until the end of the season. So I don't think McDaniel will be fired early, but I do think the Bills will beat the Dolphins. Patriots-Bucks, probably the toughest game the Patriots have had. Well, they played the Bills that time. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I think the Patriots are due a loss. Tampa Bay is coming off of a bye. It's in Tampa. The Bucks are favored, 2.5-point favorite. Denver got first and goal here. This is the next day, so you already know who won. But right now, it's in the second quarter. I got the Bucks winning a close one against the Patriots. Giants Bears. I gotta go Bears. I don't think the Giants have enough firepower. Jackson Dart. To be honest with you, Jackson Dart is in a similar position to Cam Ward. They just don't have much going on the Giants right now. Scadaboo's out. Malik Neighbors got hurt. So it's not a good situation for either of those rookies. Ravens-Vikings, the purple game. I mean, the Vikings are it's tough. I mean, they got a huge win, but it feels like the Vikings can't just sustain it. I think the Ravens are going to win. It's in Minnesota. That's a tough place to win, but Baltimore's still a 4.5-point favorite. I think with Lamar back, the Ravens kind of in desperation mode. They know they got to start winning and got to keep winning. I'm going to go Ravens. Saints, Panthers. Give me the Panthers. In Carolina, Panthers getting momentum. Saints aren't any good. Give me the Panthers. Cardinals, Seahawks. Seahawks in Seattle. I know like Jacoby Brissett is doing better for them than Kyler Murray, but Seahawks over the Cardinals. Lions, Commanders, got to go Lions. I mean, the Lions coming off of a loss. Commanders without Jaden Daniels. Please, give me the Lions. Rams, 49ers in San Francisco. That's a doozy. Touchdown Broncos, by the way. I'm going to go Rams. I just trust the Rams. I'm guessing Purdy's not in again. I don't believe. And plus the Rams already lost to the 49ers once this season. I don't think they'll lose twice. Give me the Rams. Sunday Night Football, Steelers-Chargers. That's a good one. I'm going to go Steelers. Chargers don't really have much of a home field advantage. And Joe Alt being out, the Chargers let the Titans hang around with them. I'm going to go Steelers. And then Monday night, Eagles-Packers. That should be a good one, but the Packers, if they play like they did against Carolina, they're going to get stomped. It's in Green Bay. I'll go Packers. I'll go Packers to get a rebound win after a tough loss. Again, if it's weird because if the Packers had beaten the Panthers, I would probably pick the Eagles. But I think the Packers are going to be ticked off with the way that they lost to the Panthers and how badly they played. I think they'll come back and beat the Eagles at home Monday night. Titans are off. I'm headed to the mountains, and I hope everybody is having a good weekend with no Titans football. Just tried to bring you a little positivity today. Hope it worked. See ya. I don't know if I will see you Monday. Probably not a Monday episode. Probably it won't be Tuesday either because I won't be home yet. I'll see you in a week on Friday, or if you're a patron, you can watch the weekly Wednesday bonus episode on Wednesday, but I will not be live Monday. I'll still be on vacation. Tuesday, I'll be headed back from vacation. I won't be here. God bless you. Tighten up. Bye, everybody.